he came back a couple of years ago, and he's working with us now in the store. My second son has gone back to college, got his Master's of Accounting,
wow.
and he is becoming a CPA now. He's just his final test away from his CPA license, and so eventually I hope he can help me on the business side.
Oh yeah, as y'all continue to expand, yes.
We continue to
sure.
grow the business, and then my third son is 12, and so we're not sure what he's going to do yet.
Not yet. And your wife is clearly involved, and
yes, wife is taking very good care of our 12-year-old and bringing him along, and helping keep me mentally sane when the times get tough to keep the business going.
And a tremendous crew. We've seen Tim year after year at the Hardball as well, really making a difference.
Yeah, Tim's been with me now for 16 years,
wow.
and a lot of RedLine's success is due directly to Tim. And we've got an excellent partnership and teamwork, and we work very well together, and we're going to continue to grow the business and move forward. You know, if you just take care of people, the customers will come. Then that's our number one goal. Our number one rule is take care of the customer, period.
Folks have shown up at RedLine one day and no one's there, and I think it drives home that point. I don't know what day it is, or maybe 2 days of the week. There's days you all take a day of take off a little time as well. What are the days of operation there at, let's say, your central store out on 501?
Right now we're open Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay.
So Sunday and Monday is our weekend.
Right.
And we're trying to, obviously, we go out and enjoy our toys.
Right.
During the busy time, though, we generally go to 6 days.
Sure.
And then, of course, in May, we have 2 tremendous bike weeks that come.
Yeah.
And actually, last year, for the first time, we actually opened 7 days for a little bit.
Is that right?
But there's so much work going on
with
500,000 people between the 2 bike weeks. It's between 500,000 and 600,000 people.
So your service departments are slammed. I mean, y'all are, and sales as well, or just principally service? Yeah.
Well, you know, we do increase the sales, but not drastically. It's primarily service and parts and accessories.
Yeah.
Clothing, because of the size of our store and all the products that we carry.
Yeah.
We put in additional probably couple $100,000 of extra inventory clothing wise just for the bike weeks, because there's 500,000 people here.
Sure,
so,
sure.
Give them opportunities to buy things they might not be able to get back at home at their local dealer.
And your RedLine Powersports North location will have them coming in for the Atlantic Beach Fest, even closer, the folks who aren't coming in on 501.
Correct.
Who are coming in on 17 to stop them there. We're
excited about that because the North store has never really been involved a lot in the Atlantic Beach Bike Fest.
No.
And it's crazy. They're right there.
Right there.
We'll be definitely getting involved with that. We already have our promoters getting vendors prepared. We've been working for 2 months already on Bike Week 08.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Because it's become such a big deal for us.
That is tremendous, Jonathan. But the service department, I mean, when you've got a service department that large, they must be busy a whole lot.
Absolutely. The service is a very big challenge because of the tourists and the bike weeks. I mean, you know, when you have an influx of 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 people on motorcycles, you're going to have a big strain on the service department. But we deal with it. We prepare for it. We try to tell our local customers, you know, during the 2 bike weeks, you know, let's get your vehicle in before or after, because during those 2 there's just so many people here. It's you know, it's almost impossible to keep up with everybody. But yeah, service is a big part of the business. In that 44, we do have an 8,000 square foot warehouse that we keep customer vehicles in out of the weather and that type of thing, so that when they're being repaired, you know, they can be safer and less weather-related damage. So.
Do you have a favorite power sport? Do you have a favorite vehicle yourself, Jonathan? Not to put you on the spot, because I'm sure you love them all. But
it's kind of funny because people ask me that a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do have a favorite in watercraft and boat and motorcycles and four-wheelers. I mean, it's funny because each manufacturer has great products, and some of their products are the best in the business.
Right. This is not the question to ask on TV, Greg. Leave that alone, dude. Not here. I've got.
But I will say this, you know, if the Sea-Doo that we give away, I am a Sea-Doo nut.
Right. Yeah.
We have all the brands. There's only 4 brands of jet skis made. That's Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Sea-Doo, and we sell all of them. So being able to ride them all, they're all great machines. I just personally like the way the Sea-Doo handles and the way it runs.
And I wasn't thinking as much about brands, but for yourself, who grew up competitively, you know, racing, and those were two-wheel motorcycles, I guess, in dirt or otherwise. I mean, you've always been out that way. Of course, I'm sure you move a lot of four-wheelers. No longer three-wheelers, though, right? No longer.
Back in the 80s, the three-wheels would topple over real easy, and so the government banned them. And then what the manufacturers did was put two front wheels and just basically turned a three-wheeler into a four-wheeler.
Right,
As far as the favorite sport, back in my younger days, I was a professional motocross racer. And loved it. It was 48 weekends a year, 10 years in a row.
No, Jonathan.
We were obsessed with it.
That's nuts.
Of course, as we get a little older, the motocross is a pretty physically demanding sport.
I bet.
So, basically, the jet ski kind of is like riding a motorcycle on water.
Right.
And that water is not nearly as hard as that dirt.
On your back and on your joints,
I'm fortunate to live on the waterway, and so my passion is turned to the boats and the water sports more so than the motorcycles these days.
Right.
But I still love getting out and riding my street bike. Don't ride the dirt bikes too much anymore, but it's just because of time.
Either of your boys, did either of them compete or follow in your footsteps on competing motocross or otherwise?
In the younger days, they did a little bit, but each one of them, I was very adamant not to force it on them. Because it's like any sport that becomes a profession. You have to eat, drink it, sleep it. You live it 24/7. And again, my oldest one was a guitar nut. He loved playing guitar more than anything. And my second one rode and rode a lot, but he was more into the business side of the world and really just going to build a good future there. And Jordan, my third son, he's taken after his oldest brother, and he's a good guitar player.
Is that right?
He's really into the guitar and the music. Now he's a nut on the skis. He loves to ski and wakeboard and ride tubes and stuff like that. So we're really active in the water sports.
Safety's a big deal for RedLine Powersports. Y'all are constantly promoting safety. If you're gonna make the effort to spend this kind of money to get a recreational vehicle like this, you got to be focused on safety. You all do some classes as well, John.
Absolutely. We have one of our long-term employees is a Motorcycle Safety Foundation instructor, which is a national thing, and he's always doing the safety instruction. This is the course that you take to learn how to ride a motorcycle. You also can get your driver's license, your motorcycle driver's license, by taking this course, as well as on the ATVs. There's safety instruction on those. We try and show people the proper way to maneuver these vehicles. Obviously, we encourage the use of helmets and the safety equipment, as well as the watercraft. We do have safety instructions on watercraft too, because the jet skis have a uniqueness in them that they're driven and steered by a jet of water. So that's a little bit unique in that if you let off the throttle, you don't have any steering control. So, but we've over the years have been able to teach our customers, the importance of learning. It's just a matter of getting out there and putting a few hours in the saddle and getting the feel of it, and it becomes second nature. So, but all of our products have a certain inherent risk, but with the proper clothing, proper protection, and training is the biggest thing. Most of the time when we do see an accident, almost 90% of the time, the owner is not on the vehicle.
Oh boy.
And what happens is you've got a jet ski, you let a friend ride it, and they don't really know what they're doing, and then they wreck. So we try to really make a point to owners, if you do let anybody ride your vehicle, please make sure that you've gone over the safety features and the do's and the don'ts. That way you can prevent a lot of these accidents.
Jonathan, if a viewer can't get out there today or tomorrow to bid on the Sea-Doo, or if they're interested in a four-wheeler or a motorcycle or otherwise, are there any are there any good opportunities for them? We just got a minute. I mean, is this something that they should be thinking about now? Is it a good time?
Actually, with the purchase of the two stores, the Myrtle Beach store and then the North Myrtle Beach store, we did inherit a lot of brand new inventory that was not what we call non-current, an 07 product, an 06 product. I think we're out of all the 05 stuff now, but we do have brand new 07 and 06 product that are at excellent deals. I mean, in some cases, we just did a big promotion. We had 10 of this one particular model, and we made a deal with the manufacturer to where we cut the price in half.
Wow.
That's just unheard of, So there are deals out there right now that are more than unusual simply because of the excess inventory that we inherited when we bought these two stores. And then also in the winter months, it's always the best time because you know they're not selling very well, so the best deals are going to be right now.
Getting ready for the spring and summer, absolutely. And folks are out and about all the time in the spring. I mean, they are really, folks have no idea probably how many four-wheelers are out there, how many jet skis are out there. And, of course, folks have to come in this area, in Horry, Georgetown County. They're coming through RedLine Powersports if they want to buy one.
Right, and we want to make sure that we don't take advantage of that fact. You know, that's why we focus on making sure we take care of the customer and make sure their product is operating properly.
Yeah.
Because the manufacturers have had in the past some dealers that just didn't quite step up to the plate.
Right.
And you know, so it's worse for the customer when you've got a dealer that might have deep pockets but not good management or not involvement.
Right.
You know, virtually, I'd say 85% of our employees in both stores are active riders of the products that we sell.
Great.
So we're heavily involved in the industry, and that way we know the ins and the outs of what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and how to maintain your product properly and be able to enjoy it.
Those are great words, Jonathan. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. Sorry we're running out of time.
All right, thanks for having me.
Definitely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Jonathan Formo, the owner of RedLine Powersports, one of the tremendous donors for this Saturday's 14th Annual American Hardball. Coming up next. You know, our loyal viewers who tune in every morning or tuning in every other week who know that this is not a commercial show. We're normally not promoting phone numbers for businesses, but rarely do we have a guest who's sitting here who's donated $10,000 plus or minus to the American Heart Association. It's a day like today. We're celebrating Jonathan Formo, his family, all the folks at RedLine Powersports who are making a difference to fight heart disease and stroke. RedlinePowersports.net, or their location, the central location out on the Highway 501, 843-236-0758. You can head out there today, bid up this auction item, the Sea-Doo, for this Saturday's Heartball at the Convention Center Hotel. Even if you can't go out there, come out and check out their tremendous location, or go up to the location in North Myrtle Beach. If you're up in that area, 843-280-3030. Pick up the phone, give them a call. They're making a difference, not only for the American Heart Association, lots of other tremendous charities in the area benefit from families like the Formo family and the McGraws and others in the area that are making a difference every day. Take the time, learn more about the American Heart Association and about RedLine Powersports. Jonathan Formo.